Hey, good morning to everybody. Daryl P here, aka Artist in Recovery. And let me start here by telling you guys, I think I saw one of the most ignorant videos I've ever watched in my entire life this morning. Let me fill you in quickly. It was on TikTok, and it was this guy, Trump supporter, asking Democrats if they now don't like the LGBTQ community because of the Epstein thing with Bubba blowing Clinton. And then he goes on to talk about Sharia law and MAMDANI and throwing people off buildings. Like I said, one of the most ignorant, incredibly ignorant videos I've ever seen in my life. Got me thinking about democratic socialism and MAMDANI and how Republicans or Trumpers seem terrified of it, even though they don't live anywhere near New York City. And he hasn't even taken office yet. And they're just, they think there's going to be Sharia law and communism and all this other stuff. All right, it got me thinking about capitalism. And I realized that monopoly is probably one of the best microcosms of capitalism that you could ever find. Small representations of capitalism. And let's take a look at that really quick. Okay, monopoly, all people start off equally. Now that right there isn't like this country. There's generational wealth like Trump, and this whole country is skewed to benefit those people, the generation of people born into generational wealth, but we'll leave that aside. But the game of monopoly is very close to real life capitalism here in America. You go around the board, like living your days and months in life, and you have expenses, like the railroad or jail or whatever. And it's rent, mortgages. But here's the thing. How does every game of Monopoly end up? Every single game. Just like capitalism. With one person owning the entire board. That's how it always ends up. One person owns the entire board. And all the other players are pretty much slaves. Indentured servitude. That's how every game finishes. I think we're about 80-90% of the way there. With people like Elon Musk, having more money than most people could even wrap their minds around. We're talking, I don't even know what he's up to now, 500 billion, heading towards $1 trillion. And that's where we're headed, toward all of us being enslaved and one person owning everything. That is a great representation of capitalism. Let me know what you think. Have a good Thursday.